What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. In good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. Oh, and I'm just another YouTube personality, so take what I say with a grain of salt and do your own research, okay? All right, so listen. The VP9 was this close to being my BFF, okay? So let me break it down. Let me explain what I mean. This is my VP9. It's beautiful, isn't it? This gray, listen, I love a gray in a firearm. A gray and a popping blue, okay? Love, love, love. That gray is everything. But I thought this was gonna be my first love. And it wasn't. And let me tell you what happened. So when I first got into firearms and I first started shooting, it was back in 2016. I got my firearms permit and I was off to the races. And I had done my research on this because I was a left-handed shooter, and I said, hey, I want something that's AMB. And at the time, there weren't many options. There was obviously the VP9, the Walther PPQ, the M&P, okay? And I think one of the FNs was an option. But when I did my research, for whatever reason, I didn't pay much attention to the M&P. I didn't realize the M&P until later. A lot of my research was between the VP9 and the Walther PPQ. So after all the extensive research, I decided to go with the VP9. I kind of knew the price point, but then when I went into the store, it was a little bit more than what I really wanted to spend. So I didn't know if maybe the research that I conducted was a little off or this particular store was a little more expensive. Nonetheless, I was like, dang, I don't know. I was like, and I think it was off by about 75 bucks, maybe $100 that I didn't prepare for. Remember, it was my first firearm. So I was like, I don't know if I really want to spend $700 and something. And then I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's gonna be my first firearm. I'm gonna have it for home defense. I'm gonna carry, I'm gonna do all this stuff with it. Boom, I'm gonna pay for it. All right, I'm gonna do it. So before I went to go purchase it, I said, I gotta shoot it. Now again, I'm a newbie. So I take the firearm and I go to the range. Now, and this is why it's important to go with people to the range who know what they're doing. And I should probably make a video about that, because there were several times that I went to the range and something could have happened and I would have not known any better because I was inexperienced. Anyway, I get to the range and I'm trying to load a magazine. Well, I don't have my little Uplula loader. So I don't really know how to load a magazine because I'm a newbie. I don't know how to load a magazine. I just see that you push down, but you don't. You have to push down and in, down and in. Anyway, it took me about 15 minutes to load a magazine. Finally, one of the guys came over. The range officer was like, is everything okay? You good? You've been here for 15 minutes. You ain't shoot not one round. And I was like, oh, I'm trying to load a magazine. He was like, okay, give it here. Let me help you. So then he showed me how to load a magazine. I should do a video really on the beginning of my whole firearms career-ish thingy or another. I need to do a video on that. Anyway, I finally get to shoot it, right? So of course I got my little teacup, right? I'm holding it like this and I'm trying to shoot, and I'm having malfunction after malfunction after malfunction. Failure to feed, stovepipe, failure to eject. I'm like, what is going on with this gun? This is a little raggedy dinky gun in my mind, not knowing I'm the cause, right? So again, I got my little teacup. For those who don't know, this is not the correct way to hold your firearm, okay? But that's what I was doing because I didn't know any better. So I'm doing this, and I come out, I'm like, I'm not spending $700 for this particular firearm. You gotta be out of your mind. Like, it's garbage, not knowing that I'm the reason why it's garbage, right? So I'm like, nah, I need something else. So the person who I guess the clerk or wherever the person was that was working at the store, he goes, hey, how did you like it? I was like, I didn't like it. It had a lot of failures. He was like, a lot of failures? I was like, yeah. He was like, that was like the top rated gun in like 2016 or 2015 or whatever. And he was like, yeah, it was like gun of the year. And I was like, really? I was like, well, it didn't do it for me. So he was looking at me like, okay, well, whatever. What else you got? So I was like, okay, well, give me something else. I'm left-handed. I need something that's ambi. So he said, oh, ambi? He was like, perfect. He said, M&P. What do you think about that? I was like, what is the M&P? So he pulls out this. Now, at the time, it had the factory trigger. This is the Apex trigger. But at the time, it was factory. So he said, what do you think about this? Listen. I put my hand on this grip, and I got it up close to the slide with this low bore axis. And I thought I was doing it, honey. Okay. I was like, oh yes, this is everything. It felt better than the VP9, right? Way better. It felt better in my hand. Now the VP9 is a tad bit slimmer, but I also have the large back strap on here, so it feels fuller. Anyway, he gives me the M&P. I go into the range. I shoot the M&P. For whatever reason, I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe he corrected my grip. I just can't remember. But I go in there and I don't have any malfunctions with the M&P. So I'm like, yes, it feels good. It looks good. It could do everything I wanted to do. I haven't had any hiccups in the range. This is it. So I walk out with the M&P. And since then, it has been my BFF. It has been my baby. I love it. So later on, maybe, I don't know, like a year later or something or another, I end up getting the VP9, right? Now I'm a better shooter. I know how to hold the firearm. I'm here with it or whatever like that. I'm straight. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go give this a second opportunity, because apparently I was the problem, and the VP9 is an amazing firearm, and it is. So I ended up getting the black one. I think you guys seen the other videos. It was the black one. I upgraded to the gray. So I go to the range. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. I'm about to pop off. I get to the range, and you ever, all right, for those who are former athletes, you might understand this analogy that I'm about to give you. You ever been on the basketball court, right? And you captain, you going against another captain, and you about to pick your squad, right? So y'all never seen a lot of the people who are out here, because y'all at a random park and you just trying to get, a couple of shots in, get your little hooping skills up. So you like, all right, I'm captain, you captain, who you got? And you like, oh, I got so-and-so. And then it's your turn. You like, homie here got on the Jordans. He got on a nice, he got on a little t-shirt. He looked like he could ball. He got a little swag. I'm gonna go ahead and pick homeboy. So y'all pick y'all teams, right? Based on what you see. Now, you don't know if they could play or not. You just based on how they, they swag, what clothes they got on and all that. So you get to the game, you pass it to homeboy who got the J's on, got a lot of swag, athletic, all that, right? So you see his J and it's like, brick. And you like, how are you shooting bricks? You wearing Jordans, you got a nice little outfit, you athletic. How you a scrub, right? Well, take that story and back to the VP9. So I get into the range, I'm like, oh, it's about to be popping, it's ambi, it's this, that, and the third. Listen, I got that first round off, and I was like, oh man, it didn't live up to its hype for me. I was a little disappointed. I hate saying that because it's an HK. HK is premium. And I just felt robbed. I felt cheated. I felt like I was deceived. I just thought this was about to be any and everything to me. And it wasn't. And then I pulled out my M&P and I'm like, This right here. This is what you were supposed to be right here, VP9. Why are you not here with it? And I don't know. I've never been the same. I don't know if it was the first bad experience of me teacupping it and I could never get past that, or if it was the fact that it just felt good, it looked good, it had a great history behind it, but ultimately it wasn't for me. And I think that's what happened. Like, it was everything it was supposed to be. It was picture perfect, but then when you put it into action, it wasn't for me. And when I get the M&P, right, I didn't even take a look at this firearm. I didn't even research this firearm. And it was everything I wanted it to be and more. I think I told you guys before, I got about 4,500 rounds through this firearm. It was everything for me. It was home defense. I carried it. I shot it at the range. A couple of competitions I had, I used it. It was everything. And I really wanted this to be everything. And it just wasn't. It just wasn't. I was just disappointed, but I still have it, clearly, right? I shoot it occasionally, but its little brother was everything I wanted the big brother to be. The VP9 SK has been my most carried firearm to date. I love the VP9 SK. It is probably, and I don't have enough time under the CZ P10S because I just got it and I haven't brought it to the range all that much. But the VP9 SK is probably at this point my favorite and most accurate subcompact firearm to date. I absolutely love it. It is the firearm in my safe where I'm like, okay, I'm about to run to the store. Whoop! I don't even think twice. I'll grab it before I grab this. I'll grab it before I grab any other firearm in there. It's just, I trust it and I'm accurate with it and it feels good to me. It's everything I wanted this to be. Everything. But, subcompacts, you can't really, you carry it and you bring it to the range to make sure that you staying sharp with your skills. But if it was a compact, right? Now, if it was in between this size and the current subcompact, so if it was like the size of an M&P 2.0 compact or the size of a Glock 19, HK, what are you waiting for? You might need to make that compact. That would be the perfect firearm. HK. Because you didn't have the full size for years now, and you have the subcompact for years now. You might as well go ahead and make a compact. Boom, right there. You don't got to re-engineer nothing. It's already there. You mastered this size. You mastered that size. Go ahead and get the compact. Anyway, I would be here for it. I would definitely be here for it with the optic cut, even though I probably won't use the optic, but with the optic cut, everything. Go ahead, HK. Go ahead and do it. But you're welcome. But anyway, listen, I'm here with it. All right, I'm here with it. It's everything I want it to be. The VP9 will still get love occasionally, and my VP9 SK, that's just what it is. All right, guys, this video is long enough. It's long enough. I hope you got something from it. I hope it, gave you a little bit more insight of my thinking and how I, go about looking at firearms, and just kind of an interesting story that I haven't shared with you thus far. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, treating one another with kindness, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Peace.